Welcome back to another video. Today I thought it would be fun to look through my magic drawer. Now every magician has a drawer that they kind of just throw all of their magic stuff into, all their gimmicks and props and decks of cards, and just random little bits and bobs end up in this drawer until it's full, and then it's kind of useless because there's just so much stuff in there that you can't really find anything. So I thought today I'll clean out my drawer and it might make an interesting video, so if you want to check it out then keep watching and we'll see what's in there. Alright, so here we go. We get into the drawer. I've got a cool, fancy, almost top-down angle, which should be fun. It's actually quite a cool angle to do sleight of hand from. That's pretty good, eh? Well, let's get into it. I'll grab my drawer out. This is quite a heavy drawer, and not all of this is magic stuff. There's some strange stuff in here, but we may as well just get into it. So, first up, we have sponge balls. Now, I'm not really a sponge ball magician. I do it occasionally at the restaurant that I work at for kids. Obviously, sponge balls are really great. I don't know if you can tell here, but this one here is actually a different type of ball to these ones. So it's not that great. I got given these for free, so that was really nice from a friend of mine. But yeah, sponge balls, I use these. Ooh, never mind. I use those occasionally. What else have we got? Next up, we got flash paper. I actually bought this recently. These are the envelopes that they come in. They store them wet because if you ship them dry, they can just like spontaneously combust. So that's why they're stored wet. So that's some flash paper. And speaking of flash paper, I think, yeah, we also have, this is a tin, I don't know, an old like survival tin, but inside there's a whole bunch of dried out flash paper, which is pretty cool. In fact, let's do a little demo of some flash paper. And here is a lighter. I'm gonna start coming up with some routines with this soon, but yeah, that's pretty cool. And this is what flash paper is like. It just straight away and disappears. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's my tin of flash paper. What else have we got in here? Oh, some gimmicks. I've got a knife. This is just my standard knife that I use for opening boxes, etc. I used to be a big knife man. I used to be a big knife guy, and knife man, who says that? And so this is actually a really good knife. Oh, next up, this is an interesting one. This one here, this is called the Karamaru Pro, and it's a corner shorter, or corner cutter. You can buy these on Amazon, and I got this recommended to me by Ussie Wind. Not personally, I wish. So this is really great actually. You get really uniform corners that look exactly like it came out of the box. So I really recommend picking up one of those if you are into any kind of gimmick making. Alright, up next, this is a strange gimmick. Okay, let me just prep this really quick. I wonder if I can do it. Let me just see if I can do it. Alright, so we have an empty box here. However, if I snap my fingers, you can actually make a whole deck of cards appear, just like that. Now, I think I've done that once, and then I kind of threw it away. But that is the gimmick, and I performed it really badly, so don't let that performance judge whether you should get this or not. I think it's an interesting gimmick. To be honest, I don't really use gimmicks that much. I am a sleight of hand man, if you can't tell already, and I do have some gimmicks because I think they're interesting, but I don't really use them a whole lot. So speaking of gimmicks, actually, let's try these. So a little while ago, I decided to experiment with making like a switch box with matches, with a Matchbox. And this was my first prototype, which is really bad. I don't even think it works. And this is my kind of like finished design. Okay, so let me just show you how this would work. You can see we have a card here, and let's see. There we go. Tip the box out, and this card is your card. And that's actually a switch. Now you can probably tell because that was really bad and it's a top-down angle, so I'm not really used to that. But this is quite a cool wee switch box. So you can see the card is still in there. And let's demonstrate with the blue card. So I have the card finger palmed. Why am I exposing this? Who knows? Who cares? If you've watched this far, then you deserve to see the secret. So just tip it out, and it really looks like it's coming from the box. Close the box, and you can push it out the other side. You just have to pull after that, and then you see this empty box. There's nothing inside, when in reality there is actually a card in there. So it's quite a nice wee little like switch box that I made. I've never used that in performance. I just don't think it's that practical, and there are better ways to do it. But it was like a fun experiment, kind of just playing around with this gimmick. Yeah, there you go. So there's some Matchbox stuff. And you know what, speaking of switches, I have a couple of, these are some metal tins that I use for the Lucky Charms spot. Now I'm not going to give away how this works, but it's got like some dice and a poker chip and stuff. This is a big one. I don't really use this one anymore because it's too big. This is a nice little small pocket one that I use. This is the little case that I use for my Lucky Charms routine, which is in my show. So that's fun. What else do we have? Okay, this is top secret. If you know what this is, then you're in the know. Can't tell you what that is. What else? This is funny. This is a magic flashlight. Well, not really magic, it's just a normal flashlight, but I used this in a show recently. What else? Okay, we have here some name tags. Now I was going to make a gimmick with these, like a kind of like a prediction thing where you can, there's like a question mark, and then my idea was to be able to like wave my hand over the top and it changes into a little thing that says like King of Clubs or something if they pick that. So I was going to make something of these, but I haven't got around to it yet, so maybe I'll do that. Keys. I don't know why I've got my keys in there. This is a flash drive, and I think there's a few of them in here. This probably has like, I think it's 128 gigs of just like magic downloads on here. So I keep like a backup on the USB as well as on another computer. I don't know why I do that, but there you go. Okay, this is the interesting stuff. This is a, I don't know, like an old, like a metal tin for a deck of cards. But in here I keep a whole bunch of like gaffs and gimmicks and things like that. So I'll just run really quickly through this. What have we got here? Okay, so these are what I use to make short cards, or what I used to use anyway. This is a 1mm short card maker. This is a 2mm short card maker. I'm not going to go into the details of how these are used, but they're pretty fun. These are some gimmicks. Oh, so these are for a trick, a self-freaking trick where you have predictions on the jokers. I won't explain that, but that's pretty fun. What is this? Oh, this is a double thick card. Very interesting gimmick actually. I've only just started playing around with it. Quite interesting. What else have we got? These are, I think these are short cards. Yeah. This is, these are experimental short cards. I was trying out a new method that I've come up with for creating short cards really thin. To the point where it's like, I think about 0.3 of a mil short. So really fine work, but these are experiments. But you would never be able to tell that these are short cards unless you knew. What else? Okay, these are much worse short cards. You can definitely tell these are short cards. This is with my old method, and I think this is even 2mm. So this is really, really, really short cards. And like I said before, I use short cards a lot. Well, I use it quite a bit. And I have a lot of my own work with short cards, so that's quite interesting. And this is a double backer, pretty self-explanatory. This is a short card with a red knock deck. Really badly made, but I'll keep that. And what are these? These are breather crimps, I think. Yeah, so breather crimps for Tally-Ho fan backs. I think, is this another breather? No, that's not a breather crimp. Yeah, I guess I just used to keep breather crimps in here and not use them ever again. This is a card from a trick by Paul Wilson. I can't remember what the trick's called, but I remember doing it, and it's really good actually. Really nice take on a classic plot. So I'll keep that around just so I remember to actually do that trick sometime. That's cool. That's a cool trick. Remember that. These are more corner crimps. Breather crimps. And this is a short card, I think. Yeah, short card, breather crimps for B decks. This is a corner shorted card. Oh, this was fun. Let me grab a deck for this. Okay, so if we could grab a Red Jerry's deck, this is quite fun because this allows you to force cards from a peak. So, man, I'm giving away lots of secrets here. This is good. Okay, so let's say I want to force the 9 of clubs. So we can shuffle the deck, whatever. But if I'm just going to go through, you just call stop, and let's say they say stop, then they stop on the 9 of clubs. That's a nice be forced, and then you can actually go without any breaks and pick up the break from the corner shorted card, and then you have a break above the 9. So that's quite a fun little thing actually, and there's an idea if you ever want one for how to force from a peak. Man, I probably shouldn't be giving this away, but no one's going to watch this video anyway, right? So, alright, these are short cards from Tally-Ho decks. Really badly made. I can tell I made these a while ago. They're really thin. But these decks are the best decks of cards. My favourites for sure. Tally-Ho Circle Back. Man, I can't speak. Tally-Ho Circle Back, they're the best. This is an interesting double back card with a blue knock deck and Jerry's Nuggets. I use this for a trick, which I might put on the screen. It's quite interesting, a nice wee kind of colour changing shrinking deck thing. What is this? This is a breather crimp for tally hos. Man, I love breather crimps. Okay, these I use for cut cards. I still use these actually. So if I'm doing a trick where I want a Greek deal, which is where you deal the second from bottom card, I would put one of these on the table, and it probably, man, it's like black art. Ooh. Ooh, look, the card is cutting itself. Okay, what am I doing? Let's use the white one so it shows up better. I would cut forward like this, and that means that now if I dealt the bottom card, it would be obvious that I was cheating, but I can still deal the second from bottom card, which in this case is the queen. We deal around, and there is the queen of clubs from beneath the cut card. So yeah, that's an interesting, I use cut cards a fair bit for gambling stuff. But yeah, this is a black one. These are just like extra cards from decks that I have. Yeah. All right. What else? This is another breather crimp. I don't know why I have so many breather crimps in here. Because I can just make these really easily. Probably throw that away. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. I don't want to explain what this gimmick is because this is really good. So I'll put that aside. That is a blank card. I think these are blank cards. Yeah, these are blank cards from different decks. So yes, that probably took a while. Sorry about that. But these are, this is my wee gaff card collection. Well, one of them. I have a couple of gaff decks, but this is kind of some ones that I've used. Oh, and I think there's a few more in here. Yeah, these are also short aces. Aces are short cards. So that is the wee gaff collection. By the way, sorry, this video is probably going to go on quite long. I don't really care. If you don't want to watch it, you don't have to watch it. But I think it might be interesting. Sorry, that sounded really mean. I don't really care. I care. Okay, this is an interesting thing. That is broken. Let me double-sided take that back on at some point. This is quite cool, actually. Maybe I shouldn't expose what it is. You know what? I'm not going to expose what it is. And I have two of them. Yeah. If you can figure out what these are for, then put it down in the comments if you like. These are pretty fun. And I haven't really used them much, so maybe I'll do that. Not for card magic, if you couldn't tell. Okay. Oh, here I have an ID. I'm not going to show that on camera. Because that is a cringe photo. And a random ripped card. I can tell what trick I was practicing for this. I have a really nice torn and restored trick that I do, and it uses the card torn into ninths. So that's obviously one from that. Oh, this is funny. Okay, let me see what I can do with this. Okay, so this is this is quite cool. It's a bit of a gaff. So this is the squeaky spin spool. But look, if I squeak it with this hand, it doesn't do anything. But if I squeak it with this hand, man, I'd probably flash there. Yeah, that's pretty funny. It's just a little squeaky thing. That's quite cool. That's good for kids magic, actually. It really gets a good laugh. I have some paper clips. Nice. Paper clips. Always useful, actually. Yeah, I have a lot of paper clips. Cool. And I have some rulers. Also useful for magic gimmick stuff. This, oh, I'm going to talk about this in a future video. Last year I entered a magic competition called the Online Magic Tournament. It was hosted by a guy called Kevin Booth. You might know him. He's a YouTuber. And I actually ended up winning it. Spoiler alert. And I'm going to make a video in the future about kind of explaining the routine that I did in the semi-finals, which I came up with, which I was really proud of. And I probably won't ever do again, so I'm happy to explain it and kind of show how I won the tournament. So this is a key part of that semi-finals act, which I was pretty proud of, actually. Getting on, we have a roughing stick, and this is really good. Highly recommend if you're into magic with cards. I'm not going to explain what that is though. Oh, we have some more USBs. Man, these are not going to show up well. Yeah, there we go. Some more USBs. This is 32 gigabyte, 16 gigabyte, and 64 gigabyte. Man, I've got all of them. I've finally collected all of them. 16, 32, 64, and 128. These also still have magic downloads on them, I think. Probably my 600 gigabyte collection of Daniel Madison. Yeah, so there's a whole lot of magic stuff on there. Some more cards here. These are, wow. These are some blank cards that I would just draw on so that I could have a message. I remember I did a trick with this where I I had a prediction card, and then I turned it over at the end and it just said it's in my lap because I lapped the card. That's quite fun. And then there's just some more. What is this? Cringe. Follow for more. You can follow if you like, but yeah, those are some blank cards. What else do we have? Oh, this is where it gets interesting. Anyone who knows what this is knows what this is. If you know, you know, you know. I hate to be that guy, but I don't really want to go into what that is. I used to use those quite a bit actually, and this is a version that I have not set up properly, but this is one with the green knock deck, and the other one was a blue rider back deck. I actually think that this particular thing is underused, and actually is really good. Probably the best thing that its creator put out, in my opinion. Let me see, what else do we have? Some random rubbish. Screen cleaner, wow. Man, this is really just a video of me just cleaning my stuff. I hope, if you guys are interested by this, and you've got this far, then comment below, man, what do I say? Comment below, Caleb's magic drawer is so messy, or something, I don't know. That's cringe. Do what you like. This is a neat packet trick, which I haven't set up properly. It's called Turn by Peter Pelican. That's such a cool last name. Peter Pelican. Pelican. Man, I wish my parents called me Peter Pelican. Yeah, so that's a neat packet trick. I got that for free in a sale from Vanishing Ink. I haven't really done it much, but I'm not really a big packet trick guy, you know. This is a cool thing. It's very simple to make, Gimmick, if you can even call it that. So I place the cards inside the box, and then obviously you wouldn't see this part, but as I go to wipe off some imaginary dust off the table, I don't know, just misdirection, whatever, you place the box on the table and then you can squish it, and now there are no cards left. They're all gone. Anyway, that's quite interesting, quite a neat little thing. Now I've crashed the box, but you can easily make that. It's very simple. Yeah, there you go, free magic ideas as a bonus for the 3 people that are still watching. Oh, this is interesting. These are some really big coins. Now you might be wondering, what is this currency? And that's because you don't live in New Zealand. And this is what our coins look like. Not this big. Not this big. This is my coin pouch. This is not even a normal size 50 cent. Let me go get a normal size 50 cent coin. Okay. Fun fact about New Zealand currency. This is our biggest coin. Look at how small it is compared to my hand. It's not focused. That is a 50 cent coin, and for all you American people, 50 cents in our money, well, $1 in our money is $1.60 for you guys, so you can do the maths. But this is how they used to make them, which is the size of a American half dollar if you're a coin magician. And this is good. I use these for coin magic. But look at the size difference. It's so tiny. No one's going to be surprised if you can banish this. It's going to be like, wow, it's probably just because I can't see it because it's so tiny. Anyway, but there are bigger ones. Look at this. There's a wee family. This is a kind of a medium-sized coin. You can still finger palm it. You can do some, wow, magic. Or this is a much bigger one, which you have to like just palm in your hand. I would palm it like this, show the coin, and whoa, there you go, there's a big coin. So I use those for some tricks, and this is for the $2 coin that we have. It's a nice gold one. I had a routine idea of turning a $2 coin into this, and then turning this into a chocolate coin, which was going to be quite cool. But I have not done that. Anyway, that's some coin gimmicks. They're like the only coin gimmicks I have, pretty much. So there we go. Alright, what have we got next? This is Sucker Punch by Mark Southworth. Now, yeah, I can't show you what is on the inside of this lid, because that is illegal. But these are some poker chips that you can do cool things with. I'm not going to go into detail on that. You can look it up. It's pretty popular. A lot of people have this. I actually bought this off my friend, so it's secondhand. That's why it's all beat up, but it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. This is cool, actually. This is, wow. This is the box for a wallet that I got called the FPS wallet. Am I allowed to show you what's in here? I don't think I can show you that card here. I'll not show you that card. But this is the box that came in. I actually still use this wallet, the FPS wallet. It has it's my main wallet. It's been my main wallet for the last like 2 years or something. It has some really great magic applications, including a way where you can make a signed card vanish from the deck and appear on the inside pocket of your wallet. So it's pretty cool. And actually, it's just a good wallet in general. I've used this basically the last 2 years, and it's still really good condition. So that's the FPS wallet box. Great, highly recommend that. Here's another box, Ring Flight Revolution. This is a great trick, and I've actually just started doing this again. I don't know if I can show you what's in there, but this, I highly recommend you checking this out. And yeah, I think from what I've heard, a lot of people do this trick. I'm in New Zealand, so I don't really see many other magicians, but I really like it. What have we got here? Some more cards. More cards. What a surprise. I don't know what these are for. Oh, these have holes in them in the middle. And these are for an effect I was going to put into my show, but I decided not to in the end. It's by Dennis Beer, and it's in one of his books, and it's a really cool trick where you have the deck of cards. You know what? I don't want to give it away. Yeah, it's a cool trick by Dennis Beer. Yeah. Here is a hole puncher. I do not know why I have that. Oh, probably for some hole punching. And oh, this is funny. These are Goshman purse frames, but for some reason you can't order one of these. You have to order 12. So I only use one that's somewhere else. I actually do use. I'm kind of working on a routine with this at the moment. But I've just got 11 sitting around, so if anyone wants a Goshman purse frame, I'm happy to give these out for free. I'm never going to need 12 of these. It's a bit of a marketing ploy, trying to get me to buy 12. But it worked, they're pretty cheap. These are loops by Yigal Masika, the king of loops, and everyone knows what those are, and if you don't, then you should look it up. What is this? What is this? Whoa, there's a lot of mints. So yeah, this is just a little thing of mints with, I don't know, Eclipse, Tic Tacs and Altoids all in the same thing. There you go. For fresh breath, I guess. Here's another little USB thing. This is a wire ring that I made. I was pretty proud of this actually. I like bent this into shape, it's like perfect shape. I use this for a routine involving a handkerchief and a cup, but I won't go into any more detail about that. Wow, okay, this is getting back to the old days. There's not really magic stuff anymore. Oh, there is another sponge ball. I was wondering where my 5th sponge ball went. There you go. And you're probably wondering why I brought out these knives that look like they're homemade. And it's because they are homemade. This is, man, this is going back ages, man. This is a throwing knife. I know, right? Everyone's thinking, who is this kid? This is a throwing knife I made out of just a piece of metal. I grind it to a point. It's not actually sharp along the edges. It's very blunt, but it's sharp here, which is what you need for a throwing knife. And then I wrapped some paracord around the handle, put some tape around that, and it's actually really well balanced. From what I remember, you're right in the middle. You can balance it. So, perfectly balanced, as all things should be. But that is a throwing knife that I used to use. You can tell I've used it a lot. I used to actually be pretty good at throwing knives, so that was one of those weird skills that I had as a little kid. Not even that little, actually. And then this is a knife that yeah, I'm not even going to explain that. I just tried to make a knife, I guess, and it was really bad. So, there you go. Now you can see, thankfully that's at the end of the video, near the end of the video, so you can see there's only like one person watching at this point, so that's alright. Oh, this is a piece of paper. So, back in the day, probably a couple of years ago now, I was planning on like making my own deck of cards, and I probably might do that again at one point in the future, but I never really got off the ground. But this was like my ideas for like all the gaff cards that would be in it, and who would be on the court cards. I was going to like put magicians that had influenced me and inspired me on the court cards, and I probably still will do that, but the list has changed a lot since then. This is illegal, so I'm not going to show it on camera, but yes, it's not what you think, guys, it's not what you think. Here's some like 3-year-old lollipops. Oh, probably should throw those out. This is really into the strange end of it. There's only 2 items left. There's some staples, and there's this here, which is kind of funny actually. Let me explain this. Okay, this is the last thing of the video. By the way, thanks for sticking through. This has probably been a really long video. But yeah, this was like a set on it, survival, oh, that's out of focus, survival keychain. And it had this little thing, it would go on your keychain. But what's cool about it is that you can unclip this, and then underneath the white paper is a craft knife. So you basically have a survival knife wherever you go. Not that you can survive with this knife, but man, I can't remember how I used to do that. I guess I'll just take this out. Yeah, so this would go in here. It's quite a neat idea actually. I got this from a YouTuber. And so now I have a tiny little knife. And the cool thing about this is because it's got a hole in the middle, you can actually, I'm pretty sure, maybe it doesn't work. I thought you could just lock. Yeah, you might be able to lock it off. Like that. So now the knife is stuck in there. You probably can't see what I'm doing. But yeah, that's quite a cool idea to have on a keychain, a little wee blade for opening boxes or doing other things with. So yeah, that's the last thing. Yeah, that was the video. Man, what a long video. And to the 1.5 people left, I hope you enjoyed the video. That was quite interesting for me to see all this stuff. And yeah, thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed it, give it a like. I don't really care. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Man, I stole that from Mika.